Hi, good evening, Corey Thorne, psychic medium, spiritual healer, and empowerment life coach. As I've been telling all the other signs, this is the first month that I am doing the intuitive readings for each zodiac sign. And tonight I am doing, I got to get the name right, which one I'm doing because I've been mixing them up. I am doing Capricorn right now. So this is a Capricorn intuitive channeled message for January 2019. One thing I would love to tell everybody all the time is that everything in here is for each individual person, but it is not. This may not resonate with you at all. This is a general reading, and so this is a collective. So this is a general kind of reading for everyone out there, and if it resonates with you, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Maybe next time it will. You might even find something in when you're, if you decide to cross watch some of the other signs that I've done, something that resonates with you there. Often a message will come in that's more specific to somebody in particular. I don't know what's coming. It is unexpected. I do use my intuitive psychic gifts. I use my mediumship gifts. I also use my oracle cards along with the channeling that's happening. So the cards that I use are all cards that belong to somebody else. None of these decks are mine. And so the interpretation of each card is my interpretation. I just need to tell everybody this up front. Also, that the fact that this is to be taken as entertainment only, and to be taken lightheartedly, is not to replace any medical or professional, psychological, scientific proof that you have been giving. Just take this to be a lighthearted form of anything that helps give you a little bit of happy in your day or a little bit of guidance in your day. Okay, so my Capricorns. I really first get this sense of plant your ass on the seat and do what needs to be done. That's what's coming to me. It's like, just stay there. A lot of my Capricorns have a really difficult time right now, because I feel like it's just because we're in such a fiery kind of energy, and they're very earth and cardinal. So it's, you want to be kind of grounded down and just sit there and get work done. So I feel like there's some Capricorns out there that are really struggling with working with other people, working with like some people in particular, like whatever your job is, whatever is about your job. It's not that you don't like your job. You don't like how people are clowning around, or you don't like that they're not taking the work serious and things are not getting done how you would like for things to get done by other people. You right now are in the energy of solid plans, like I want to take care of things. I want to get things done. I don't know. I feel as if it's this like you are about to kind of decide on, or somebody's deciding for you on something to do with a job or a contract. A new contract's what it feels like. Something of a new contract that's about to be kind of make a fair bit of work, or create like a lot of work for somebody, or create a lot of work for you. And it's been up in the air for a little bit of time, but it's about to come in, and you just want to make sure that no one screws it up and nothing screws it up. And that's what it feels like to me. If nobody and nothing screws this up, we're all going to be good and it's going to work out just fine. Well, I have this sense that in your heart, you already knew it was going to be fine. You just kind of like to kind of overthink, over process whatever is happening. Trust it, let it go. I have this desire to keep closing my eyes. So I get this overwhelming sense that somebody is so exhausted, so tired, as if feel like you have just taken on the weight of the world, and you've been trying to emotionally disconnect, almost like a sense of let me see. a sense that you have been struggling to just kind of, I want to say, exist in the world. Like everything has just been so hard. So right from the simplest of mundane task of putting on your shoes to getting dressed, like just to be able to get your ass outside of the door. You just want to lay on the couch, you want to cover up in a blanket, and you want to close the curtains and blinds, you want to hide from the world. Well, there's a time to do that and there's a time not to do that. And this is not the time to do it. Because I feel as if there's something at work or something in your job that's saying, you need to be here now. You need to be right there. And it's like there's a chance of advancement that's happening now. And if you don't take advantage of this moment or the energy that's really coming from, the fire signs that we have, and it feels like you're kind of missing the boat, missing the opportunities that may come for advancement, because we are in Capricorn energy right now. And because we're in Capricorn energy right now, we're in your energy. So stop like being the doubter. Stop kind of second guessing. Stop saying, well, that's not for me, or things never work out anyway, so I don't need to go do that, or how everything never works out my way, or that type of thing. I don't know, but it's someone who's like really tired and exhausted and just don't want to go out into the world. And also be very careful of somebody trying to come back in. I have a sense of somebody trying to come back in. And this feels very toxic to me. This does not feel like it's a good energy. This feels like this could be a mom, dad, this could be a love relationship. This could be anything, of someone saying, oh, I've kind of repented my sins, or that type of thing. I'm a changed person. I've done better. And why bring them back in again now? How many times do you try this again, or how many times do you repeat this? And no, you don't have to stay connected with people that are hurtful and harmful, and even if it is family. You don't have to keep trying to help somebody who's continually, I want to say, like emotionally, physically, emotionally, not physically. Someone who's emotionally kind of taking advantage of you, or always emotionally trying to sabotage you, is what it feels like. And your ruling planet is, that's Saturn. And I'm looking down because something came to me before I started, and it was that, and I'm just trying to find out where it belongs in this whole conversation. And it was like something of a restriction that triggers you. Something of a restriction, and this is where I feel like the coming back. Somebody coming back, and they kind of hold you back, like you have to take care of them, or you got to fulfill their emotional needs, and you can't just take them somewhere and just for them to be happy. They just can't seem to be happy. So be very careful of that, because they restrict you. They restrict your life. They hold you back. They do whatever they can to kind of see the negative in everybody, or to see what's not there. And I have this sense of, as everything's coming through, I have a sense of somebody who's watching, or somebody who's or somebody whose partner said, you need to watch this Capricorn video. You need to, who don't believe in this, or who is a doubter, and they're second guessing the work. They're second guessing this, and I can feel them. I can feel the energy of it, and it's like, you can believe whatever you want. It's not up to us as the channel. It's not up to us as the universe. It's not up to God to prove to you that all of this is here, but it's up to you to prove to yourself. So you can stay in that energy of kind of F you and this is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Or you can make a choice to kind of say, you know what, I'm going to open my mind, because this is a time to open your mind, time to be more openly aware of the fact that you in your own head has restricted and held you back from a lot of what you really would like to do in life, and a lot of what you would like to take on. I just lost a card on the floor. I do have to get it. Sorry, I have to bend down to get this. And here's our card. the chaos. And the chaos, the destructive mind, the angriness of this person, whether it's an old boss, or old coworker, a relationship, a parent, something feels as if that trying to get back in, and this is what they cause every time you let them in. Every time, this is not your first go around. This is not the first time you've been there, but every time you do, it turns into the same old shit. Don't go there. Don't do it. Kind of create the boundaries. And if it's family and you have to be at family functions and family gathering where they are, kind of put that clear boundaries before you go. How much are they allowed in your life? How much are they allowed to be there? How much of your heart do you give them? How much do you invest? And so this could be a business venture too, or something like how much investment do you make into this? And how much investment do you make into these unhealthy people that just continually cause this? And when they call and they cry and they're down and out and they're dealing without, yes, there's probably times that you're going to help because that's just the way you are. But other times it's like, no. And the reason why you're being told not to let this back in is that I feel as if you've been creating some happy space around yourself. I feel like you've been kind of giving yourself the okay to say, you know what? I now deserve to be happy. I deserve to choose a happy life. I deserve, and it's an I deserve to be, to kind of say, you know what? Everything, my mind, body, soul, deserves to find some peace, because I feel as if this sense of just being so anxious for so long and kind of resonating and connecting to this past energy that I'm picking up. Just feels as if it's connecting to this past energy somehow. And the reason why is because there's this sense of love. Like I just feel like you're kind of bouncing back, or you're dancing in a new energy, you're dancing in some love. And this love don't have to be a romantic partner. This love can be yourself. I feel as if some of you, for self-love, and this is why I'm going this way because I can feel this, is that this is self-love related. And I feel like you've been kind of beating yourself up, but not with words, but with toxins. And that you've been putting in like a lot of excess toxins, a lot of excess stuff, and that sense of not feeling like you love yourself, even though you're really good at convincing people that yes, I do, and I've been all fine, but you really have not been fine. I just got something in my eye. You really have not been that fine. And it's like you've been holding yourself back. And so you've been, as much as that person from, so that person from the past could be you. The version could be, okay. So this version of someone from the past could very much be you. It might be you thinking of returning back to an old lifestyle or an old way you used to be and old habits that you used to have. And you've been trying to convince yourself that you could do it, or that it's okay, that it's acceptable, and that's how I can live my life. And I'm fine to live my life that way. And I know I can bring this, I can dabble in this. I can have a little bit of this. I can have a little bit of that. I can live this way. No, you cannot. There is no return to the past, no matter if it's a person, if it's, or if it's your lifestyle or whatever. If it's toxic, it is toxic. If it bothered you and broke you down and stripped away parts of you before, it will break you down. It will strip you down. It will do all of that to you again now, because toxic stays toxic. You do not clean up toxic. There is no way around it. There's no way to get through it. It is what it is. And you have to be enough in love with your spirit, with that spirit, that essence of you that's so deep inside of you, that's connected to the light, to the divine source. You need to be so in love with that you start to fall in love with yourself. And this is what's been holding me back, is because I have someone who don't want to face the reality. And I've been feeling like I'm trying to talk about something so structured, but that is the basis of this. But the truth that's behind it, the truth that's here, is that somebody has been struggling, and they've been their own chaos. They've been their own tornado. They've been creating their own destruction, their own self-destruction, because you continue to try to force this away. You continue to not want to be a part of your own self. And so if I look at everybody else, if I become and I act like everyone else, and I become a part of the normal collective instead of being my spiritual self, and what I'm here to do the more that you're actually going to be able to step into your own light, step into what you do, honor yourself, love yourself, be the best version of you in all the ways that is possible for you. You're not going to be able to be all the best versions of you if you continue to fall into the rabbit hole and fall into the, like, go down into the center of the vortex. You don't need to explore it again. You lived it. You're not here to live it again. And whoever this is for, this is a message that's come barreling in, and it's time for you to remember that you are not the person of the past. You're never going to be that. There's no going back to that. Well, you can. This is your choice. Or you can continue to keep allowing yourself to grow, allowing yourself to stay kind of clear of some of those energies and clear of some of these people, create those healthy boundaries, move forward. There's a new collective. There's a council waiting for you, a council here that's waiting for you to join your house of love, your house of self-love. And you are the self-love, and you are all of that. And you're here to bring it forth now. And you're here to live in such beautiful light. And it's your opportunity. Everyone has free will. You have free will. You're being given a choice. And you can restrict your mind, and you can keep closing down. You can keep shutting down. And you can continue to kind of have a hate on for the world when you're in that toxic place, or you have a choice to step into a place of love. Whoever you are, wherever you are, this message, or for however many this message is for, this message is specific. And so there's people that have been struggling. There's people that have been going through this. Capricorn is in your energy. My dogs are even picking this up. Your dog, if you have a dog, your dog might be trying to tell you the same thing. They might be kind of getting peeved off at you. Might be peeing on your stuff because you're not listening. My dog peed on my couch because I disciplined her. So going back into the general collective is that, and for you as well, for whoever this is that there is advancement coming. There's, we're in a Capricorn, and, Saturn in, like, I think it was in this week was being, or sun was crossing over your sign, so over your planet. So sun was crossing over Saturn type of thing. And so it's just this big shifts of if you're not miserable to the people you work with, if you're not miserable to your boss, or if you're not, or if you're working with someone who is a miserable boss, the change is coming so that there's something better created. So if you've been working with people that are really miserable and you're kind of being removed from that, know that you're being removed, you're being taken out of that, because there's something better coming for you. There's an advancement, a growth, a continuous move forward, but be very, very careful of who you tell your stories to. Be very, and I don't mean like your stories of your growth, like your emotional growth. I mean the stories. I mean, be very careful of the stories that you tell of your future plans, because this is solid plans. You're creating some solid plan. And I feel as if some of this, for somebody, this is like a new venture, a new business, a new something, like it could be something online. It could be anything like that. And just be careful of who you share with. Like if you're having some drinks, I feel like, if you're out and you just want to shoot shit, that somebody else is very quick to want to kind of tap into your work or take your work or something like that. But also, one more message is that if you're someone who's been continually doing the mainstream work, the mainstream stuff that just so that you're not judged, or just so that people don't think you're odd or weird, and you keep doing it, and it might be successful, but deep down your heart that you're supposed to be doing something more. You're supposed to be doing something spiritual. You're supposed to be working in spirituality. But you continue to slip away from that. You continue to go. It's like, why are you allowing yourself to try to convince yourself or try to content yourself with a lifestyle that does not suit you, or a lifestyle that just pleases everybody else? Are you truly here to please everyone else? Are you truly here to stay, mainstream, or stay, in that connected with the human so much that you let your true essence of who you are slip away? If that's you, think long and hard about the next solid foundation, the next solid plans that you're going to make for your life. You're not here to do that. You're here to live, and to live as your true essence. Be a little bit more flexible. Let yourself kind of come out. Know that you're really stepping into a time when it's like, I can do this. I can walk my, I can walk with a strut. I can kind of let myself be different than everyone else. I'm good. And it's time for you to let yourself be different. You don't have to always be blending in. And then the other card that came out was cycles. And you've been going through many cycles, and the other card was invisible. It's like, so the person, you know, it's like if you go back to the past person, you know, people see me and I was brighter and I could stand out and I'm louder and I'm all, you know, and I'm exciting and I'm fun and everybody loves that part of me and blah, 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 blah. No, you just think because you're in this energy that you're actually invisible. People don't see you. No, what you're doing is you're actually seeing yourself, and you're seeing yourself in the light that you need to see yourself. And remember, not everything goes in cycles. You go in cycles. So the time that you've been spending covered up with the blanket and hiding with the curtains closed, it was a cycle. It was a period that you needed to go through, but it's kind of like coming to an end. It's like the next few days, or this is January the 5th I'm into now, right? Yeah, because it's 12:30 at night I'm doing this, or 12:30 in the morning. So it's the 5th, and on the 5th, over the night, like, tonight, 8:30 or something at night, we have the eclipse and stuff that's happening, and it does a full shift, and it causes a big shakeup. And so you are a part of the big shakeup somehow. But I feel like that whole earth kind of connected groundedness is where you need to be. You need to be grounded. You're not able to. You're not able to. You're not right at the moment meant to be kind of anywhere else but feet planted on the ground, connected to earth, doing what needs to be done in the healing and creating and growing whatever is ready to be created and grown. And so I pulled because, so I have two cards. I feel as if there's somebody that you really like and you've been having some fun with, and that's okay. Continue to have some fun. Make an effort. Make an effort to do nice things. Make an effort to be kind. Let them see what you truly are like. And the other card is the deception, and this is the past again, and it keeps coming up. So I have something toxic. I have a relationship that's toxic. I have a lifestyle that's toxic, something like that, and it's all the way around. This is a couple different people type of thing, and it's been constantly going with you. And this is the longest video that I have made for any of the signs, and it just has just been one of those moments where there's just those there's something you need to change, and there's something you need not to let come back into your life, and there's something of a growth in a business that's about to take place in a plan, like something is coming to life. And the card that comes out is God. Flip it around, Corey. Surrendering, right? Saying, you know what, God, I can't do this alone. I can't stay away from the toxins. I can't stay away from the toxic person. I just want to, you know, it would be so easy for me to go back, but it's just like surrender to God, surrender to your God consciousness, to your higher self, whatever, you know, you believe in to be God. It's just like move yourself in a way so that God's will can be done, so that the healing can take place. The beautiful things that you need will be there. And it's about your self-respect, having compassion. You know, you can have all the compassion in the world for somebody. Don't mean you have to let them back in your life, because you're having compassion for you and compassion for yourself, compassion for those you love that reap the benefits of you being in your best form. And this is your self-respect time and the God consciousness. Be very aware, because you need to fall in love with you. You need to fall in love with who you are again now. Not be beat down, not feel as if that's the life you're supposed to live. You're here to live a beautiful life. And the last card that comes out, as it fell out of the deck, was differences. Apples and oranges, black and white. You know, we're all going to be different. Is some things really worth arguing over? Or is some things really worth giving up relationships and stuff with, or business partnership with, because you just are two different people that see differently? You have to be a little bit more accepting and open to that. Not everybody is like you, and not everybody is going to kind of fit into your world, and it's okay, to be different, and it's okay to have those differences. That doesn't make them stupid or wrong or anything else. They're just different from you. And that's something that you have to pay attention to as you're coming through January. Okay, thank you guys. Like I said, this was definitely some more really specific things that were in there for people, but there's it's just a time to kind of say no to what's not serving you and say yes to all that's coming towards you. And if you're the person with the contract, it's going to be okay. Things are going to work out just fine. Trust. Oh, excuse me. Trust in God. Trust in everything that's coming. And I needed a validation. I asked for a validation on this past thing that I'm getting, and I get the deceit card again, and it's the second time I got the deceit card. And I thought I still had it out in the romance cards, but I didn't. It's gone because I put the cards back in the pack. So it's like it's deceit, and I've pulled out in 2 decks of cards now. It's giving you a heads up. I don't know. Pay attention to it. It could be a business partner. It could be somebody going into business. Pay attention to the deceitfulness of what drags you back down a rabbit hole. You don't want to go back down a rabbit hole. Okay. Thank you so much to my Capricorns. This was for January 2019. And I will be continuing to post a few more videos over the next few days in between all of my other work. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you all in February.